through it. There you go. That's the difference between a matte glazing medium and a gloss. Hello, and I just want to, I'm in the middle of a painting, which you can see in the icons there. So if you want to know how I'm going to continue with this or how I started it, then press that button there. That's going to take you into the full painting. But I want to talk quickly about mediums and things like my liquid clear, and also flow improvers and retarders. Now, flow improvers and retarders are basically additives that you add to the paint. A flow improver will help the paint flow over the surface of the painting, whereas a retarder will retard back the actual drying time of the paint. Now, you can also get slow drying additives as well. Slow drying medium. Now, this is not an additive, it's a medium. So additives are things like flow improvers and retarders, where this is actually medium. There you go. And what that is a polymer resin based retarder. So it's actually very thick. Look, you can see how thick that is. So it's got those additives in there. And it maintains no color shift, etc., and it's transparent. It'll dry the same as the acrylic paint, which is like a matte finish. It's very, very slow drying, so adding this into it will slow it down. And they say with this is a mixture color up to 1:1 ratio, and that doubles its drying time. So adding this particular additive into your paint, whereas normal paint takes about 10 to 15 minutes, you should get about 30 minutes just adding this. There we are. So that's an additive. The other thing is an additive is things like glazing mediums. This is a gloss. You can get it in matte as well. And this again is a polymer resin base, and it's got a gloss finish to it. It says on the back here it's transparent, it's gloss. It slows the drying time down a touch, and it's a fluid, so it's not very viscous. Nice word, viscous. So, but you can get that in matte as well. Now the difference between the matte and the gloss is this. There you go. That's the gloss. I don't know if you can see that. That's the gloss there. You can see it's transparent. I don't know, but not really transparent, but it is transparent because the matte dries like that, so you can't see through it. There you go. That's the difference between a matte glazing medium and the gloss glazing medium. There you go. The difference with an additive like a flow improver and a retarder is it doesn't contribute to the thinning of the paint. Well, it does contribute to the thinning of the paint. So the more that you add to it, the more the molecular bonds will break down, and the paint will flake or peel. It's like exactly like using too much water. Whereas actually using a glazing medium like that, anything that's got a medium, it's called a medium, is a polymer base. But that actually helps. You can thin your paint down with this. You can add a little bit of water to this. And that's going to keep those molecular bonds in place. I know that's quite complicated, but it just gives you a little bit of an insight to the paint itself. Now when we working with thin layers of paint, which is what I've been doing on this particular lesson, and I've been using my own matte medium mix. There we are. It's a medium mix that I produce, and that is for thinning down my paints, which you can put in a bowl like that, add a little bit of water to it, normally 50-50, and then you just use that to thinning down your paints, and your molecular bonds of that paint will not break down. There you go. They recommend that you do not use more than 30 to 40% in fact of water to acrylic paint, because it will break down those bonds. It's like little people holding hands and then losing grip basically. So the more stress that's put on that paint with the water that's being added, then the molecular bonds don't they can't hold together, they can't hold hands, and then they separate. And that's basically all it comes down to. It really is. So there's a little bit of insight. I will go into more depth with mediums and things in another lesson, but I thought I'd just do it in lesson tip. So there's your gloss medium, and there's your matte medium. There we are. And that's how they dry. Yes. So if you put your paints onto a plastic sheet or onto a bit of marble or onto a plate, and you wait for it to dry, you should be able to peel your paint off like that and make little paint flakes. And you can use this for decoupage, and you could stick them on your painting, couldn't you? That's one way of doing it, I suppose. That's one way of doing it. Okay, so I'm just gonna carry on putting a little bit more of this on you, and I'm going to get back to the lesson, so please check that out. Don't forget to click subscribe, and I will see you in the studio for another quick tip. Bye. Nice.
Hey, welcome, thanks for stopping by. It's time to learn with our friend Clive. So grab your brush, have a great time. And don't forget to click subscribe. Visit clive5art.co.uk.